Okay, key in. Okay, let's try again. Okay, if you don't start this time, you're going to the scrapyard, okay? Hey! So this is my Landini Legend, and you can hear, obviously I have a starter motor problem. So if you've had the same problem, maybe you know how to fix it. I've never tackled this before, so we're going to give this a go. How hard can it be? So keep watching to the very end to see, did I fix it or did I just make it worse? Okay, that's the starter now on the side of the engine. We've disconnected the battery. We're taking this panel here off. We have the wheel turned out so we have loads of room here. Now I've got to pull this panel here off and then we'll go after the starter. But most importantly, disconnect the battery because those are all live terminals. Okay, now we have this terminal here removed. There's a terminal up there removed and the socket here, the spade connection removed. So now the electric side of it is disconnected, so now we have to undo the nuts and bolts that actually hold on the starter motor. So to remove the starter motor, there's 3 17mm nuts holding it on, one here, and one at the back. So there's my 17 spanner, but I had to modify this spanner as well. It's a number 17 as well, and it is just for doing starter motors. So the ring terminal was already broken, so we end up cutting it back here, re-welding it on, so it's now at a really strong angle. We had to just clean off the side of it there because it was just too much meat sticking out. But it is the perfect spanner now for undoing the third nut. So there's 1, 2, and there's a third one, probably about this height, but behind the solenoid. So it goes in way off back here. We connect it onto the nut and we'll break it loose. So hopefully you can see it there. It's a bit out of focus, but there's the solenoid and it's now sitting on top. And all we do is just turn the nut. Even with my fancy little spanner, it still took a long time to get that nut off, and it was quite difficult because you can only turn it 1/6 of a turn for each rotation. But it does come off eventually. When it gets loose enough, you can use your fingers and kind of just flick it off. But get that one off first, then work on these two. And ta-da! We have our starter motor off. So now we're going to have a look at why is it making that funny noise and see if we can fix it. So from my limited YouTube research, this is called a Bendix. So this piece here, and it freewheels in one direction, it should lock up when you turn the opposite direction. So it does. So this locks with the shaft, and there's a big kind of counterweight, I suppose, behind it. Very difficult to pull it out there, but there is. And basically the idea is when you spin this up real quick, this counterweight spins so fast as well, it shoots this out because there's a spiral groove behind it. That'll spin out, lock in with the teeth here, or mesh with the teeth, start the engine. Then now that the engine's moving faster than the starter motor, or even if you turn off the power to the starter motor, there's a spring which pushes it back. And that's how it works. So apparently what's happened with mine is there's grease in behind this. The grease is dried out and it's making too much resistance and not allowing the piece to come forward. So what I did was I got brake cleaner, just squirted it in, because I was thinking originally, okay, if this piece here wasn't here, I thought it was just a nose that was on it. I could just pull the whole lot off. Obviously I can't without disassembling the entire thing. So what I did was got brake cleaner, cleaned in the center shaft here, center shaft just here, anywhere that could be cleaned, and moved it in and out, and it is a lot freer now. Then got WD-40 and waited till the brake cleaner evaporated so it was all dried, then put the WD-40 and squirt it back in. Probably should have used maybe copper grease or something like that, but WD-40 is grand for the moment. We're going to see if it all goes back again. If it doesn't, I'll have to bring it to the shop and they'll have to open it and replace this unit with a replacement unit. So I said, look, it cost me nothing, let's give it a go. But that is lovely and free now, so it should work. So maybe if I pull it gently, you can see the shaft, big counterweight there, right there behind it. So yeah, that's all turns on this shaft here, so I'd give that a good clean as well. And a bit of dirt and muck came out of it, so I don't know. Maybe it will work, maybe it won't work. Stick it back together again, and I'll tell you after a few days whether it's actually working or not. Let's give it a go. Give it another clean and then put a bit of copper grease in there now, so it is nice and orangey. So that's the copper grease sitting on it, and yeah, it's a lot freer. Sounds better. The bearing doesn't sound great in it, but it is what it is. Like, it's probably just coming to the end of its life anyway. So we'll try a little bit of copper grease in it and see how we get on. Okay, now it's all back together, and let's get into the cab, turn the key and see if it starts. But first, let's not forget to put the earth back onto the battery. Key in. Hey! Let's just try it again, make sure it wasn't a fluke. And once more for good measure. Perfect! Okay, so that's now the tractor back together working, and it's turning first turn of the key, which I'm very happy with. So if this type of content you like, give a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Will this work long term or not? Or is the starter motor just coming to the end of its life? I honestly don't know. I said I'd just give it a go. If I have to replace the starter, I will replace the starter. But I said, listen, it cost me nothing. Let's just give it a go. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you later.